Today I'm going to be going over and ranking 7 builds from the community day at 2K26, and make sure y'all stay till the end because there is a 7'1" build that can get 90 3-pointer, and yes, that means Hall of Fame range and legend set shot specialist. Now before I get into the builds, it's important for everyone to know that this year you can have 3 max plus 1s and 3 max plus 2s on every build, not to mention the cap breakers you can get from build specialization, which can either go to that specific category that you specialize in, or it can go towards a physical attribute. Now, a lot of these guys in their videos mention, okay, you put these attributes over here and this build's gonna be even more OP. I'm not gonna go over all of that right now. I'm kind of just gonna go over basically what they showed in the video. So y'all can kind of do that on your own time, you feel me? I'm just gonna go based off what we're looking at right now. But yeah, man, first build we're gonna look at 6'1" point guard. This is Young Dirk's build, so make sure you guys go check out that video. If you guys don't know, Young Dirk is the one that's been posting all these crazy like dribbling videos of just crazy spams and moves and combos. He was the one that was labbing up all the dribbling videos at community day, so if he's making a short guard video, I'd probably trust him more than anyone else right now. And you feel me, I'm just gonna go category by category, okay? So if y'all don't know, Young Dirk is the one that's been posting all the crazy ISO dribbling tutorials on YouTube. He was really labbing up dribbling at community day. So if he's the one posting this small guard build, you feel me, I'm gonna have to trust what he's saying, because he knows what animations are going to be tough. I mean, at least for what he could figure out on community day. But I mean, let's just get straight into it. So we see finishing. We got, what you'd expect from a short guard who's mainly going to be dribbling and shooting threes, 77 driving layup, 70 dunk. So you're still going to be able to dunk when you're on a fast break and you need to get up on that rim so you don't get blocked, you feel me? But I would say finishing, that's good. Like, that's what I'm expecting from a short guard. Now shooting, 86 mid-range, 96 3-point shot, and 82 free throw. Now if I remember correctly, he did mention something about adding a +2 to the 3-point shot with build specialization or something like that. But like I said, I'm just gonna go based off what it's looking like right now. And we got some good Hall of Fame badges down here. Limitless range, we got Deadeye, we got set shot specialist and shifty shooter. Low-key all you need, especially if you got the max plus 1s and max plus 2s. Playmaking, we have 85 pass accuracy, which is very good. I'd say it's like, do you need much higher than that? I feel like not really. Ball handle 92, which is probably lower than people would have went last year. They took out Steve Francis and it looks like they made a lot of other guys' dribbling moves actually effective. So 92 seems like it might be more than enough. Speed with ball 91, that's pretty good. And if we look at the playmaking badges, we got Hall of Fame lightning launch and we got silver ankle assassin, which I heard mixed opinions about ankle breakers from community day. We're just gonna have to see that. This build also gets gold dimer, so that's actually a very good thing. Now defense, we have 85 steal and 74 perimeter defense, and the fact that our 3-pointer is so high and our offense is looking really well rounded, I feel like that's perfectly fine for a defense. Like, if you're able to stay in front of someone, especially with all the upgrades they've made to defense this year, I feel like that should be plenty. 85 steal, you're going to be able to get in some lanes, maybe get a couple blitz steals, so that could be very usable. Rebounding doesn't matter on a 6'1". Now we get to the physicals. Here's where I'm kind of like I don't know, bro, because 91 speed is cool, but 80 agility. I know dexing took a hit this year, but I still feel like the agility should be kind of on the higher side, like at least 85 plus. I don't know if it's gonna make too big of a difference. I'm not gonna take a big hit to this build just because of that. Overall, man, this build, I'm honestly gonna give it, for a day 1 build, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 to an 8.9 out of 10, man. It's looking very solid for just a day 1 build, and this build has a lot of potential to be crazy good with cap breakers and build specialization and max plus 1s and 2s. So, we're gonna go with an 8.5 to an 8.9 out of 10 right there. All right, the next build we're looking at, man, it's from Unk, man. It's from Joe Knows. Y'all know Joe Knows, man. He gets us right every year. Now, there's a couple Joe Knows builds in this video. This one specifically is a 7-foot center. This one really intrigued me, bro, because it seems like you have an inside game and you can also step out to the 3-point line, but you're still able to get a 99 rebound with this build. That is like the crazy thing to me. So if you guys take a look at the finishing, we got a 90 standing dunk, with an 87 driving dunk. And then just go straight to the physicals, we got a 77 vert with that. So we're definitely gonna be getting standing contacts, the big man standing contacts. We're also gonna be probably getting big man contacts for driving dunks. And then you look at the 3-pointer and you got 78. So you can step out to the 3 and splash that bitch if you want to. And next, when we look at the playmaking, we got 87 pass accuracy, bro. This is like the perfect rec build, perfect threes build for anything, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. You could bring this build to the 2s, the 3s, or rec, bro. And like I said, man, rebounding, we got 99 offensive rebound, 84 defensive rebound. You're gonna be snagging boards. That's the interesting thing about this game is, look, we got legend box out beast and we got legend rebound chaser, and the strength is only at 91. Strength is not tied to box out beast anymore. Speed is 60, which obviously isn't gonna be crazy fast, but you're 7 foot, so you're not gonna, if you get that little boost offsetting the screen to pop out to the 3, you're not gonna need that much speed, bro. Now defense, we look at defense is where this build is like a little weak. We have 71 interior defense, 36 perimeter. Obviously that doesn't really matter on a 7 foot. Steal is 60, so you might occasionally get the steal in the lanes because this build does have max wingspan at 7'6". And then block is also a 74, so you're probably gonna get like paint patroller on bronze right here and stuff like that. Whew, this build is actually very intriguing to me. I'm gonna have to give this build a 9.2 out of 10, bro. Like, I could see myself maybe even making this build if I want to play big at some point in the year. We got elite passing, we got elite finishing, we got elite rebounding. The strength is there. The defense is going to be good enough where 7 foot will get stops in the paint, man. And the shooting is there. We're going to be able to pop out to the 3. With all that, man, 9.2 out of 10. All right, next we are moving on to another Joe Knows build, man. This is a 6'11 KD ISO build. This one is also kind of crazy. Now, we saw how KD was moving at Community Day, bro. He was dribbling, getting shifty. Joe Knows wanted to replicate that, so God, man, you just look at this side of the screen and it's stacked, bro. Like 85 close shot, 90 driving layup, 87 driving dunks, 72 standing dunk, 87 post control for the fades and the post spins and all that, drop steps, 89 mid-range, 83 three-pointer, and then free throw is just, you know, one of the last fill-in attributes you get. But that is a very well-rounded offensive player right there. And just imagine 6'11", 89 mid-range, you're shooting over people, you're pulling up, you're shooting post fades, you're getting shifty on the, bro, like what? Playmaking, 75 pass accuracy, which I feel like it's like the average. Like, if you're at a 75, you're not gonna throw like Stevie's the whole time. Like, you can throw some good passes, but it's not elite. Ball handle, we got a 73, which is high enough to unlock all of KD's dribble animations, and same with the speed with ball, 68. 68 speed with ball on a 6'11 is probably better than a lot of people think it is. Now defense, we move on again. It's not gonna be the strongest thing when you have a tall build that can do all these things on offense, you know. But 70 interior, 71 perimeter, 60 steal, 84 block. Block is actually very good. Everything other than that is very usable. As at this height, if you're good at playing defense, is very usable, especially when your wingspan is like slightly longer. Is usable, guys. Now rebounding, this is good for like a power forward. An 85 defensive and a 70 offensive, that'll do you perfectly well. If you're a power forward, if you're playing small ball, just good luck if you match up against a 7'4", you're gonna get horsed. Now physicals, you have pretty much 80 speed on a 6'11". Pretty much 80 speed, that is very good. 72 agility, 75 strength, and 77 vertical for the dunking and stuff like that, and the rebounds. This build is very interesting. Obviously, bro, it depends heavily on how dribbling and overall gameplay is. If this build can move like how KD's build can move and play now, and shooting over people is good in this game, if you can't get contested by shorter builds that easily. For the overall public, I'm probably gonna give it like a 7 out of 10. But if this is your play style, 6'11", you want to be isoing, and if dribbling is like how we expect it to be, I'll bump this one up to like an 8.2 out of 10, bro. 8.2 out of 10 right here. All right, guys, next build, and this is the first 6'8" of the video, man. This is the first 6'8". I'm pretty sure this is Double H's build, as you can see in the bottom right. And you know, he got a little note here about like max plus 1s and 2s and build specialization, but this one looks like slightly similar to the KD build we just looked at. Its physicals are just better because it's shorter. Its rebounding is a little bit worse. The defense is honestly overall probably worse in my opinion. But if you're going to be playing like the 3 in a 5v5 situation on this build, or the 2 even, then this is perfectly fine. Like 85 perimeter defense, you're going to get stops on anyone you want to. Steal is a little bit lower than I'd like it to be. Block is fine, interior defense is fine. Obviously nothing elite there, but usable. Playmaking, pass accuracy is good. We don't gotta touch that. Ball handle 85, that's pretty high for a 6'8". Like I said, man, imagine if you can dribble on a 6'11" and then you just bump it down 3 inches and become even faster with everything you're doing. So this could be good. 75 speed with ball, that's good. It's reminding me of Michael Jordan dribble style, bro. 2K23. If y'all know, y'all know. Shooting, it's a little bit better than the 6'11". We got a 91 mid-range shot, which as you can see, he put a note to add the build specialization to the mid-range to get a 93, which I'm pretty sure bumps your shooting badges up a little bit. I'm not too sure which ones, but 3-point, we got an 85. And then finishing, we actually have a very good driving dunk with a 93. And then paired with the vertical of an 80, we're definitely going to be getting some posterizers. And if we look at the bottom real quick, we can see he put some legend badges, specifically set shot specialist and shifty shooter. These are obviously going to be with the max +1s and +2s. But yeah, bro, this build, I would say this build is probably going to be a little bit better than the 6'11" one, just based on the speed and perimeter defense, and the rebounding is not like too much worse. So I would give this build like an 8.5, 8.7 out of 10. It's another one of those builds that's kind of like odd, which you don't see a lot, but if you run it in a 5v5 and you get placed at the 2, and I think this build could be very good. This build could also potentially be very good on 2v2 courts, you know, running the point guard with another big, maybe a stretch. So we're gonna have to see how those types of lineups work out in this game. All right, and for the second to last build, we have our boy Solo here. He got us with a little 6'6" ISO build. This build looks very similar to something you would have seen in 2K25. I'm not even gonna lie. And for that reason, it doesn't really get me too hyped up. But then again, the main thing that matters is the gameplay in this game. So, you know, I can't jump too far ahead and be like, damn, man, like this build just boring. But you know, we got 89 driving dunk with a 78 vert. We know that's gonna get us the contact dunks, the pro contacts off 1 and 2. 77 agility, 86 speed with ball. That is a pretty good speed for a 6'6". 85 ball handle, which I heard is gonna be good enough for the good animations on 6'6s. Like you can get Zach LaVine dribble style, you can get most of the good size ups, you can get a lot of that. Rebounding is kind of weak, but obviously you're probably gonna be playing point guard on a 6'6", maybe the 2 if you play rec, so that doesn't matter. Defense is pretty good. 85 perimeter defense, 79 steal, 68 block. Not really like mandatory, but I guess he just wanted to have that. 70 interior defense, that's also pretty good for a 6'6". Like I said, bro, the defensive animations they've tried to improve this year is gonna matter mostly with the defense and stuff like that. Very usable build. 93 3-point shot, 83 mid-range. In my opinion, this build's kind of just like overdone. Like this build's been used so much in 25, so for that reason I'm gonna give it like a 7.5 out of 10, because it's a good build, but it's just boring to me. But who knows, maybe this could be like the build that breaks 26. Who knows, man. Joe Knows cooks up a 93-point 7'1" build, and the crazy thing is this build still has the 87 pass accuracy from the other big. We still have the 99 offensive rebound, still have the 91 strength. The vertical is still there. The driving dunk is slightly weaker, but if you have a 90 standing dunk, it's like that doesn't matter too much, I feel like. The shooting though, we got 80 mid-range and 93-point shot, bro. So this build has the potential to have, I don't even know how many legend badges, because we can get legend set shot specialist, and at the same time we can get Hall of Fame limitless range. This is crazy. I don't know, guys. This build, Joe Knows is on some different shit. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The only thing to keep in mind with this build is you do have a short wingspan. You know, it's gonna be 7'1" height with a 7'1" wingspan, so that might not be your vibe. But, and our final build, this build has the craziest name I've ever seen, bro. Two-way bulldozing putback pro. What? Now this is a 6'9" small forward build. We're going back to the 2K23 days. And we have two versions of this build actually. The two-way bulldozing putback pro is this one right here, where you got 81 speed, 80 agility, 84 strength, 78 vert. You get the 89 driving dunk for the pro contacts. You get the 83 pointer, the 70 mid-range, and then your ball handle's at an 80 with the pass accuracy at 70. So playmaking is very mediocre. It's not as good as that 6'8" build from earlier, but since we're adding that extra inch, who knows like what different animations these builds are gonna be able to get. Like this could be a LeBron James type of build right here. And then defense, we got 70 interior defense, which at this height is good enough. 85 perimeter, 85 steal, 74 block. Very good defense actually. And then rebounding is also really good. Wow, 92 offensive and 77 defensive. So this build, I'm honestly gonna give just a solid 9 out of 10, bro. Like very well-rounded, good defense. 83 pointer is more than enough to be able to shoot, especially if you're 6'9" and you're trying to like ISO, because I'm pretty sure that's what this build is about. But if we go to the first version of this build that he actually showed in the video, and by the way, this is simply grinding's build, so make sure y'all, you feel me, check that out if you want to see the full video. But basically this version of the build just has a little bit higher perimeter defense with like lower on the rest of the defensive stats. It has better shooting. It has much better shooting, so you're gonna be able to go to the mid-range a lot more and get probably better 3-point shooting badges. And it also has a better driving dunk. So this one is basically just offensively better overall. I'm probably still gonna just keep it at a 9 out of 10. I mean, the defense is a little weak, so maybe like drop it to an 8.5 or something like that. But yeah, man, all these builds, just seeing all of them is crazy. I'm just so hyped to get in the builder myself and, you know, check out these builds, check out how dribbling is gonna feel with different heights. Just do all that, man. To all y'all boys that are hyped for the game, man, sub up to the channel, turn on the post noties, because y'all, I'm gonna be keeping y'all updated, man. I'm gonna be keeping y'all updated with the build videos, animations, tutorials, all that. And yeah, we're gonna be live right on release. You know where to find me, man. The purple app, man. Come on, let's get it. I'll catch y'all there, man. Appreciate y'all for watching.